Laser Gate Eject Operation Caroline.
Hello fellow YouTubers, LUWC Style Motioner here. Welcome to viewers new and old, and today I'm doing a re-review for Transformers Studio Series number 65, Voyager class Blitzwing. A figure that was pretty highly anticipated. You know, people were looking forward to it. And I remember there was some images that surfaced where he had a white head for a little while. Thankfully that was not how finished product looked, and the end result was for the most part a great figure, but there are definitely some flaws. I just want to compare him to Earthrise Starscream, since you know that's who Blitzwing was originally supposed to be. Yeah, jet mode, I don't know how I feel about it. Top looks pretty good aside from these parts right here. Side looking pretty bad, and the bottom is just atrocious. This is really bad. Now there is a way you can store the voice box remover on the backs right here, but I found a way I can just store it in there underneath this gun, so that's pretty nice. Now he does at least have landing gear. I want to take a few design cues from that. So that's definitely appreciated. And you can open his cockpit. I mean, you can't really do anything in there because you know his head's tucked away in there, but it's still cool. Landing gear folds up. And I guess you can kind of count these as missile launchers or whatever if you want to. So overall, I mean, there's not a whole lot to talk about with this jet mode. It's not 100% accurate, which is kind of a shame. I do wish they had gone for that. And I'm still wondering, once we see Seeker Earth designs for future Transformers movies, if they're going to take on this design or not. I imagine they will. So, that should be pretty cool. There's probably going to be a bunch of repaints of this in the future. Either way, I think that's basically the jet mode. So now we can go ahead and transform him. Transformation is actually pretty enjoyable. So to begin, you just take these off. Now this is why I wanted to re-review this figure, because last time I was just having a really hard time keeping him on camera because I didn't have a stand yet. So to begin, you just fold this up. And you can come back here. Kind of push these out. This actually really has not happened to me a lot, where those fall off. A lot of people complain about it. I don't really have that issue. Maybe not a lot of people, but I have seen complaints about it. You fold these up, pull this down, collapse this, fold this part up, untab right here, rotate right here, then you just fold these back and these back. You just fold this up, tab it into place, fold the feet up, you can go in and rotate right here, Another thing you want to do, you want to fold this down so that you can get this over. Then you can fold this down more, and then you can open this. Fold the head out, kind of tab it into place. Close this all up. Rotate the hands. Fold these up. Fold this down. Kind of angle these. Rotate these up. And then you tab it into place. It's not super secure, but when you're done, there you have Blitzwing in his robot mode. And I mean, if you're looking for a figure that really looks like how Blitzwing looked in the Bumblebee movie, you're not really going to be disappointed. I mean, this figure almost looks like a high-end collectible. Highly accurate, incredible sculpted in details. The paint job is great. But he does have some QC issues. For example, you try to move the shoulders up and the chest comes undone, and then this back part comes untabbed. What I found the best thing to do, it does mess up the look a little bit, but not too bad. If you just hinge the head forward a little bit, it'll kind of help lock his chest in place. It doesn't look great, but at least now you have a little bit of an easier time moving the shoulders around. You can go ahead and tab these into place, which is pretty much just where I leave them in robot mode. Then you got this gun that sits there pretty securely. It's like, I mentioned this before, it's got a peg right here and a tab right here, and just slots right on. And that works really well. And the sculpt work on the gun is pretty great. And then you got the voice box remover, which admittedly is a weird looking weapon, but it still works. To attach, you just remove the hand and attach this, and you can remove Bumblebee's voice box. And I found that the best way to store the voice box or the hand, voice box remover or the hand, just depending whatever you don't have on the figure, I just store it in there. It works pretty well. Doesn't really hinder anything about the figure. Now for his articulation, you can kind of hinge the neck forward and back. You get some up in the head, you get some down, but I mean, you can't really look down at anything other than his chest. You get full rotation. Yeah, head's a little wonky. You can do a full 360 in the shoulders. Get a rotation right here. You get a double hinged elbow, so that's really nice. You do get wrist rotation. And then on this hand, you can open and close it. For some reason they didn't do that with this hand. You do get a waist swivel, but it's very limited, unfortunately. But I mean, hey, at least it's there. Legs can kick forward that far, and back about that far, so not super good on back, but it's still good enough. You can lift them up like this. Get rotation right here. You get a decent knee bend, and you get ankle tilt. Something that's becoming a little bit more common on some of these Studio Series figures. You also get to do this with the toes if you want to for some reason. I really like that head sculpt. Whereas this, I don't know if they just flat out reused it. I don't think they did. It's just very similar for thrust. Of course, as I said, I don't have Bumblebee movie Starscream yet. I do hope to get him someday soon. So, I think that basically covers this figure. So we can go ahead and stick him on the display. Alright, so there's Blitzwing with my Bumblebee movie display, which is just right on my desk, of course. I'm really looking forward to getting more figures to put on this display. This is just gonna look so cool. So Studio Series Blitzwing. Overall, I do think this is a great figure. Jet mode, yeah, jet mode isn't great. It's okay. It's passable, but it's still not great. Transformation is pretty fun and enjoyable, and robot mode looks great. There's the tolerance issues in the chest, but there is a way to fix that if you're okay with his head looking a little wonky. So, I do think you should go back and get this figure if you skipped out on it. I don't know how much it's going for now, but I don't think you'll really be too disappointed with this figure. He's pretty awesome. So, if you like this video, please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and God bless.